ourselves a crowd! Bestir! Bestir!
High my hearts! Cheerly, cheerly my hearts! Yare, yare, take in the topsail, tend to the master's whistle. Blow till thou burst thy wind if room enough.
Good Moses, have care! Where is the master? Where the man?
I pray now, keep below.
Where is the master? Moses!
Do you not hear him? You bar our labor. Keep your cabins. You do assist the storm.
Nay, good, be patient.
When the sea is, hence, what cares these roars for the name of king? To cabins, silence trouble us not.
Good, then remember whom thou hast divorced.
None that I more love than myself. You are a counselor. If you can command these elements to silence and work the peace of the present, we will not hang a rope more. Use your authority. If you cannot, give thanks you have lived so long. And to make yourself ready in your cabin for the mischance of the hour, if it so happen. Surely, good hearts, not of our way, I say.
I have great comfort from this fellow. Methinks he hath no drowning mark upon him. His complexion is perfect gallows. Stand fast, good fate to his hanging. Break the rope of his destiny our cable, for own doth little advantage. If he be not born to be hanged, then our case is miserable.
Down with the topmast, yare! Lower, lower, bring her to shine with main course! On this howling, they're louder than the weather or our office. Yet again, what do you hear? Shall we give over and drown? Have you a mind to sink?
A pox in their throat and ball and blast with this incharitable dog.
Work you then.
Hang her, hang! You hoarse and insolent noisemaker! We are less afraid to be drowned than thou art!
I'll warrant him for drowning, that the ship goes stronger than a nutshell, and his leak is unstanched wet.
Lay her a hold, a hold! Set her 2 gorses off to sea again, lay her off!
Alas, to prayers, alas!
What must her mouth behold?
The king and prince of Herrick, let's assist them, for our case is as they are out of patience.
We are merely cheated of our lives by drunkards. This wide-talked rascal! Wouldst thou might lie drowning the washing of 10 times?
He'll be hanged yet, though every drop of water swim against him, and gave that Midas to blunt hammer.
Let's all sink with the king.
Let's take a leave of him. Now would I give 1,000 furlongs of sea for an acre of barren ground. Long heath, brown furs, anything. The wheels above be done, but I would fain die a dry death.
up thine ear. Obey, and be attentive. Canst thou remember a time before we came unto this cell? I do not think thou canst, for then thou wast not out 3 years old.
Certainly, sir, I can.
By what? By any other house or person, of anything the image tell me that hath kept with thy remembrance.
'Tis far off, rather like a dream, and assurance of my remembrance once. Did I not once 4 or 5 women attended me?
Thou hadst, and more, Miranda. But how is it that this lives within thy mind? What seest thou else in the dark, backward, and abysm of time? If thou rememberest aught ere thou camest here, how thou camest here thou mayest.
But that I do not.
12 years since, Miranda. 12 years since. Thy father was the Duke of Mulholland and a prince of power.
Sir, are you not my father?
Thy mother was a piece of virtue, and she said thou wast my daughter. And thy father was Duke of Mulholland, and thou, his only heir and princess, no worse issue.
But heavens, what foul play have we that we came from thence? Or was it we did?
Both, my girl, by foul play, as thou sayest, were we heaved thence, but blessedly holp hither.
Oh, my heart bleeds to think of the tune that I have turned you to, just from my remembrance. Please you, farther.
My brother and thy uncle, called Antonio, I pray thee, mark me, that a brother should be so perfidious, he whom, next thyself, of all the world I love, and to him put the manage of my state, as at that time through all the signories it was the first. And Prospero, the prime duke, being so reputed in dignity and for the liberal arts without a parallel, those being all my study, the government I cast upon my brother, as to my state, no stranger, being transported and wrapped in secret studies, thy false uncle, dost thou attend me?
Sir, most heedful.
Being once perfected how to grant suits, how to deny them, who to advance and who to trash for overtopping, new created the creatures that were mine, I say who changed them, or else new formed them. Having both the key of officer and office, set all the hearts in the state to what tune pleased his ear. As now he was the ivy which had hid my princely trunk and sucked my verdure out on't. Thou tent'st not.
Good sir, I do.
I pray thee, mark me. I, thus neglecting worldly ends, all dedicated to closeness in the bettering of my mind with that which, but by being so retired or prize all popular rate, my false brother awaked an evil nature, and my trust, like a good parent, did beget of him a falsehood in its contrary, as great as my trust was, which had indeed no limit, a confidence sans bound. He, being thus lorded, not only with what my revenue yielded, but what my power might else exact, like one who, having into truth by telling of it, made such a sinner of his memory, to credit his own lie, he did believe he was indeed the Duke, out of the substitution and executing the outward face of royalty with all prerogative, hence his ambition growing. Dost thou hear?
Your tale, sir, will sure death.
To have no screen between this part he played and him he played it for, he needs will be absolute villain. Me, poor man, my library was duped him large enough. Of temporal royalties he thinks me now incapable, confederates, so dry he was for sway, with the king of Naples, to give him annual tribute, do him homage, subject his coronet to his crown, and bend the dukedom yet unbowed. Alas, poor Millen, to most ignoble stooping.
Oh, the heavens!
Mark his condition and the event, then tell me if this might be a brother.
I should sin to think but nobly of my grandmother. Good wounds have borne bad sons.
Now the condition. The king of Naples, being an enemy to me inveterate, hearkens my brother's suit, which was that he, in lieu of the premises of homage, and I know not how much tribute, should presently extirpate me and mine out of the dukedom, and confer fair Millen with all the honors on my brother. Whereon a treacherous army levy, one midnight, fated to the purpose, did Antonio open the gates of Millen, and to the dead of darkness, the ministers, for the purpose, hurried thence me and thy crying self.
Alas, for pity! I, not remembering how I cried out then, cried to air again. 'Tis a hint that rings mine eyes to it.
Hear a little further, and then I'll bring thee to the present business which now is upon us, without the which this story were most impertinent.
Wherefore did they not that hour destroy us?
Well demanded, wench, my tale provokes that question. Dear, they durst not. So dear the love my people bore me, nor set a mark so bloody on the business, but with colors fairer painted their foul ends. In few, they hurried us aboard a bark, bore us some leagues to sea, where they prepared a rotten carcass of a boat, not rigged, nor tackle, sail, nor mast. The very rats instinctively had quit it. There they hoist us, to cry to the sea that roared to us, to sigh to the winds, whose pity, sighing back again, did us but loving wrong.
Alas, for pity! What troubles I then to you?
Oh, a cherubim thou wast that did preserve me. Thou didst smile, infuse it with a fortitude from heaven, when I have decked the sea with drops full salt under my burthen groan, which raised in me an undergoing stomach to bear up against what should ensue.
How came we ashore?
By providence divine, some food we had, and some fresh water that a noble Neapolitan, Gonzalo, out of his charity, being then appointed master of his design, did give us, with rich garments, linens, stuffs, and necessaries, which since have steadied much. So, of his gentleness, knowing I loved my books, he furnished me from mine own library with volumes that I prize above my dukedom.
Would I might could never see that man.
Now I arise, sit still, and hear the last of our sea sorrow. Here in this island we arrived, and here have I, thy schoolmaster, made thee more profit than other princess can, that have more time for vainer hours and tutors not so careful.
Heaven thank you for it. Now I pray you, sir, for still 'tis beating in my mind. The reason for raising is sea, storm.
Know thus far forth, accident most strange, bountiful fortune. Now, my dear lady, hath mine enemies brought to this shore, and by my prescience I find my zenith doth depend upon a most auspicious star, whose influence, if now I court not but omit, my fortunes will ever after droop. Here, cease more questions. Thou art inclined to sleep. 'Tis a good dullness, and give it way. I know thou canst not choose. Come away, servant, come. ready now. Approach my Ariel, come.
All hail, great master, brave sir, hail. I've come to enter thy best pleasure, be it to fly, to swim, to dive into fire, to ride on the curled clouds. To thy strong bidding, task Ariel in all his quality.
Hast thou, spirit, performed to point the tempest that I bade thee?
To every article. I boarded the king's ship, now in the beak, now in the waist, the deck, in every cabin I claimed amazement. Sometimes I'll divide and board in many places. The topmast, yards, and bowsprit would I flame distinctly. Then meet and join Jove's lightning, the precursors of the dreadful thunderclouds, more momentary and sight outrunning or not. The fire and cracks sulphurous roaring, the most mighty Neptune seemed to besiege and make his bold waves tremble. Yea, stretch, trident shake.
My brave spirit, who is so firm, so constant, that this coil would not infect his reason?
Not a soul, but felt a fever of the mad and played some tricks of desperation. All his mariners plunged into the foam and brine and quit the vessel. Then all afire with me, the king's son, Ferdinand, with Herrick staring, then like reeds, not Herrick, was the first man that leaped, cried, Hell is empty and all the devils are here!
Why, that's my spirit. But was not this nigh shore?
Close by, my master.
But are they, Ariel, safe?
Not a hair perish. On their sustaining garments not a blemish, but fresher than before. And as thou badest me, in troops I dispersed them about the isle. The king's son have I landed, cooling in the air with sighs, in an odd angle of the isle, sitting his arms in this sad knot.
Of the king's ship the mariners say how thou hast disposed and all the rest of the fleet.
Safely in harbor is the king's ship. In the deep nook where once thou called me up at midnight to fetch dew from the still wet movies. There she's hid. The mariners safely under hatches stowed, who with a charm, joined to their summer labor, I have left asleep. And the rest of the fleet, which I dispersed, they all have met again, and are upon the Mediterranean float, bound sadly home for Naples, supposing they saw the king's ship wrecked, and his great person perish.
Ariel, thy charge exactly is performed. But there's more work. What is the time of the day?
Past the mid-season,
At least 2 glasses. The time 'twixt 6 and now must by us both be spent most preciously.
sir, more toil, since thou dost give me pains, let me remember thee, without its promise, which is not yet performed me.
How now? Moody, what is thou canst demand?
My liberty.
Before the time be out, no more.
I prithee, remember, I have done thee worthy service, told thee no lies, made thee no mistakings, served without or grudge or grumblings. Thou didst promise to bate me a full year.
Dost thou forget from what a torment I did free thee?
No.
Thou dost, and thinkst it much to tread the ooze of the salt deep, to run upon the sharp wind of the north, to do me business in the veins of the earth when it is baked with frost.
Do not, sir.
Thou liest, malignant thing! Hast thou forgot the foul witch Sycorax, who with age and envy was grown into a hoop? Hast thou forgot her?
No, sir.
Thou hast! Where was she born? Speak, tell me.
Sir, in our gear.
Oh, was she so? Must once in a month recount what thou hast been, which thou forgettest. This damned witch Sycorax, for mischief manifold and sorceries terrible to enter human hearing, from our hearing, thou knowest, was banished. For one thing she did, they would not take her life. Is not this true?
Aye, sir.
This blue-eyed hag was hither brought with child, and here was left by the sailors. And thou, my slave, as thou reportst thyself, wast then her servant. Before thou wast a spirit too delicate to act her earthy and abhorred commands, refusing her grand hests, she did confine thee by help of her more potent ministers, and in her most unmitigable rage into a cloven pine, within which rift imprisoned thou didst painfully remain a dozen years. within which space she died and left thee there, where thou didst vent thy groans as fast as mill wheels strike. Then was this time, save for the sun that she did litter here, a freckled whelp had born, of honor with a human shape.
Yes, Caliban, her son.
Dull thing, I say so. He of Caliban, who now I keep in service. Thou best knowst what a torment I did find thee in. Thy groans did make wolves howl and penetrate the breasts of ever angry bears. It was a torment to lay upon the dam, which Sycorax could not again undo. It was mine art, when I arrived and heard thee, that made gate the pine and let thee out.
Thank thee, master.
If thou more murmurest, I will rend an oak and peg thee in his knotty entrails, till thou hast howled away 12 winters.
Pardon, master. I will be correspondent to command, and do my spiriting gently.
Do so, and after 2 days, I will discharge thee.
That's my noble master. What shall I do? Say what shall I do?
Go, make thyself like a nymph of the sea. Be subject to no sight but thine and mine, invisible to every eyeball else. Go, take the shape and hither come it. Go, hence with diligence. Awake, dear heart, awake. Thou hast slept well. Awake.
Strangeness of your story is to the heaviness and
Shake it off. Come on, we'll visit Caliban, my slave, who never yields us kind answer.
'tis a villain's who I do not love to look on.
But as 'tis, we cannot miss him. He does make our fire, fetch in our wood, and serves in offices that profit us. What? Ho, slave! Caliban! Thou art thou speak!
There's wood enough within!
Come forth, I say, there's other business for thee. Come, thou tortoise, when? Fine apparition. A quaint Ariel, hearken thine ear.
My lord shall be done.
Thou poisonous slave, got by the devil himself upon thy wicked dam, come forth!
As wicked do as ere my mother brushed with raven's feather from unwholesome fen, drop on ye both. A southwest blow on ye and blister ye all o'er.
For this, be sure tonight thou shalt have cramps, side stitches that shall pen thy breath up. Urchins shall, for that vast of night that they may work all exercise on thee. Thou shalt be pinched as thick as honeycomb, each pinch more stinging than bees that made 'em.
I must eat my dinner. This island's mine, by Sycorax my mother, which thou takest from me. When thou camest first, thou strokest me, and madest much of me, wouldst give me water with berries and teach me how to name the bigger light and how the less, to shine by day and night. And then I loved thee, and showed thee all the qualities of the isle, the fresh springs, brine pits, barren place and fertile. Oh, cursed be I that did so! All the charms of Sycorax, toads, beetles, bats, light on you! For I am all the subjects that you have, that was once mine own king, and here you stymie in this hard rock, whilst you do keep me from the rest of the isle.
Thou most lying slave, whose stripes may move not kindness, I have used thee, filth as thou art, with humane care, and lodged thee in mine own cell till thou didst seek to violate the honor of my child.
Oh how! Oh how! What have been done? Thou didst prevent me. I would else have peopled this isle with Calibans.
Abhorred slave!
your language, and my profit on't is I know how to curse. The red plague ring you for learning me your language.
Have seed hence! Fetch us in fuel and be quick. Thou best to answer other business. Shrugg'st thou, malice? If thou neglects or dost unwillingly what I command, I'll wrap thee with old cramps, fill all thy bones with aches, make thee roar that beasts shall tremble at thy din.
No, pray thee. I must obey. His art is of such power, it would control my damned god Setibos, and make a vassal of him.
So slave hence! He hath lost his fellows and strays about to find them.
I might call him a thing divine. Nothing natural I have thought so noble.
It goes on, I see, as my soul prompts it. Spirit, fine spirit, I'll free thee within 2 days for this.
Most sure the gods on whom these airs depend, vouchsafe my prayer may know, if you remain upon this island, and that you will some good instruction give, how I may bear me here. My prime request, which I do last pronounce, is you, O wonder, if you be made or no. No wonder, sir, but certainly you may. My
Naples heard me.
Single thing, as I am now, that wonders to hear thee speak of Naples. He does hear me, and that he does have me, myself of Naples. With mine eyes, never since I bed, beheld the king my father read. Alack for mercy! Yes, fate with all his lords, and the Duke of Millen and his brave son being twin.
The Duke of Millen and his more braver daughter could control thee if now 'twere fit to do it. At the first sight they have changed eyes. Delicate Ariel, I'll set thee free for this. A word, good sir, I fear you have done yourself some wrong. A word.
Why speaks my father so ungently? This is the third man that e'er I saw, the first that e'er I sighed for. Pity moved my father to be inclined my way. Oh, virgin, if your affection not gone forth, I'll make you the queen of Naples.
Soft, sir, one word more. They're both in either's powers, but the swift business I must uneasy make. As too light winning, make the prize light. One word more, I charge thee that thou attend me. Thou dost here usurp the name thou owest not, and hast put thyself upon this island as a spy, to win it from me, the lord of it.
No, as I am man. Nothing ill can belong such a temple, if the ill spirit have such fair a house. Good things will try to dwell with it.
Follow me. Speak not you for him, he's a traitor. Come, I'll manacle thy neck and feet together. Sea water shalt thou drink. Thy food shall be the fresh brook mussels, withered roots, and husks wherein the acorn cradled. Follow.
No, I resisted entertainment till mine enemy was more power. Dear father, take not to rash a trial of him, for he is gentle and not fearful.
What, I say, my foot, my tutor. Put up thy sword, traitor, who makes a show but dares not strike. Thy conscience is so possessed with guilt. Come from thy ward, for I can here disarm thee with this stick and make thy weapon drop.
But take you, father.
Hands and not on my garments!
Sir, have pity. I'll be his surety.
Silence! One word more shall make me chide thee, if not hate thee. What? An advocate for an impostor? Hush! Thou thinkst there is no more such shapes as he, having seen but him and Caliban. Foolish wench! To the most of men, this is a Caliban, and they to him are angels.
My affections are most humble. I have no ambition to see a goodlier man.
Come on. Obey. Thy nerves are in their infancy again and have no vigor in them.
So they are. My spirits, as in a dream, are all bound up. My father's loss, the weakness which I feel, the wreck of all my friends, nor this man's threats, to whom I am subdued, are but light to me. I tie but through my prison once again, behold, this maid. All corn is else the earth, let liberty make use of. Space enough have I in such a prison.
Worse. Come on! Thou hast done well, fine Ariel. Follow me! Hark what thou else shalt do.
Sir, be of comfort. My father is of a better nature than he appears by speech. His own wanted, which now.
Thou shalt be free as mountain winds, but then exactly to all points of my command. To the syllable. Come, follow! Speak not for him.
cause, so have we all, of joy, for our escape is much beyond our loss. Our hint of woe is common, for every day some sailor's wife, the masters of submersion, or the merchant, have just our theme of woe. For the miracle, I mean our preservation, few in millions can speak like us. Then wisely, good sir, wear our sorrow with us.
I prithee, peace.
He receives comfort like cold porridge.
The visitor will not give him or sup.
Look, he's winding up the watch of his wheel. Fine, will strike. Sir, one pill. Every meat that's entertained that's offered comes to the entertainer. A dollar. Dollar comes to him indeed. You've spoken truer than you promised. You have taken it wisely, or than I meant you should. Therefore, my lord.
Fie! What a spendthrift is he of his tongue.
I prithee, spare.
Well, I have done, but yet he will be talking.
Here, Adrian. For a good wager, first begins to crow.
The old cock.
The cockerel.
Done the wager.
A laughter.
A match.
Though this island seemed to be desert, uninhabitable and almost inaccessible,
Yet.
yet it must needs be of subtle, tender, and delicate temperance.
Temperance was a delicate wench.
It is subtle as the moment we live on.
The air breathes upon us here most sweetly.
As if it had lungs in rotten ones.
Or as were perfumed.
By a fen!
Here's everything advantageous to life.
True, save means to live.
Of that never none are little. How lush and lusty the grass looks. How green.
Round indeed is tawny.
With an iron in it.
He misses not much.
No, he doth but mistake totally. But the rarity of it is, which is indeed almost beyond credit. As many vouch for all. That our garments being as they were, drenched in the sea, clothes, notwithstanding the freshness or glosses, being rather new dyed than stained with salt water.
If but one of his pockets could speak, would it not say that he lies?
I are very closely to pocketeth his report. Methinks our garments are now as fresh as wood, and we first put them off on Afric at the marriage of the king's daughter, Clara, to the king of Tunis.
The rarest of air came there.
Thanks, I beseech you, widow Dido.
Tunis was never graced before with such a paragon to their queen.
Not since widow Dido's time.
Widow? A pox of that! How came that widow in widow Dido?
What if they had said widow Arminius too?
Widow Dido, said you. You make me study of that. She was of Carthage, not of Tunis.
This Tunis, sir, was Carthage.
Carthage?
I assure you, Carthage. His world is working the miraculous home. He had raised the wall and houses too.
What impossible magic will he make easy next?
I think that he will carry this island home in his pocket and give it his son for an apple.
And sowing the kernels of it in the sea, bring forth more islands.
Fine.
Why a good time?
Sir, we were talking about garments seem now as fresh as when we were at Tunis, at the marriage of your daughter, who is now queen. 'Twas a sweet marriage, impossible let alone.
Tunis was was never graced before with such a paragon to their queen.
Not since Dido's time?
And the rares? And the rares to Herrick kingdom.
Make, I beseech you, widow Dido.
Oh, widow Dido, I, widow Dido.
It is not my doublet, sir. As fresh as the first day in war, I mean, in a sword.
That sword was thou fished for.
When I roared at your daughter's marriage,
You cram these words into my ears against the stomach of my sense. Would I had never married my daughter there, for coming thence my son is lost, and in my rate she too, who is so far from Italy removed, I never again shall see her. Oh, thou my heir of Naples and of melon, what strange fish hath made his meal on thee?
Sir, he may live. I saw him beat the surges under him and ride upon their backs. He trod the water, whose enmity he flung aside, and breasted the surge most swollen that met him. His bold head above the contentious waves he kept, and oared himself with his good arms in lusty strokes to the shore that o'er his wave-worn basis bowed, as stooping to relieve him. I not doubt he came alive to land.
No, is not.
so you may make yourself for this great loss. That would not bless our Europe with your daughter, but rather do something in African, where she is at least banished from your eye, who have cause to wet the green.
I prithee, peace.
You are kneel to it insulting and otherwise by all of us. And the fair soul herself weigh between boastness and obedience, at which end of the being she bowed. You have lost your good master forever. England and Naples have a widow whose business making we were invented from him. The folks your enemy.
So is the dearest of the lost.
My lord Sebastian, there's a truth you speak not like some gentleness and time to speak it. You wrote this story when you should bring the plaster. Very well.
And most chargingly.
It is foul weather on us all, good sir. We are cloudy. Foul little.
Oh, very foul.
Had I plantation of this isle, my lord,
He'd sowed it with nettle seed.
or docks or mallows. And if I were king aunt, what would I do? Scathing drunk for want of wine. In the commonwealth, would I buy contraries, execute all things, for no kind of traffic, would I admit no name of magistrate, letters should not be known, riches, poverty, use of service, none, contract, succession, or bounty of land, till, vineyard, by none, no occupation, all men idle, all, and woman too, innocent, pure, no son. Yet you would be king aunt.
The latter end of his commonwealth forgets the beginning.
All things in common nature should produce without sort or endeavor. Treason, felony, sword, pike, knife, gun. No need of any engine that I not have, but nature should bring forth its own. All poison, all abundance, to feed my instinct. No marrying long to some tips.
None, man. All idle, whores and knaves.
I would look such a government, sir, to excel the golden age.
God save his majesty.
Long live Gonzalo.
I prithee, no more. Thou dost talk nothing to me.
I do obey your highness, and in its ministry be obedient to these gentlemen. Such sensible and nimble lungs that they always used to laugh at nothing.
'Twas you we laughed at.
Who in this kind of merit will end nothing to you, and you continue to laugh at nothing still.
What's a blow was there
we would continue in it 5 weeks without changing.
We would so, and then go about fouling.
Nay, good my lord, be not angry.
No, I warned you. I will not adventure my discretion so it. Will you laugh me asleep?
Go
I'm
sleep.
heavy.
Go sleep.
What? All so soon asleep? I wish my rats would. Let themselves shut up my thoughts. I'm fine. They are inclined to do so.
Simply thought, not omit the heavy offer, it seldom visits hard, and it dark is a comfortable.
We too, my lord, will watch your person while you take your rest, and guard your safety.
Thank you. Wondrous heavy.
What a strange drowsiness though.
This is the quality of the climate.
Why, dark is often all I would see. I find out myself disposed to sleep.
Or I. My spirits are nimble. They fell together all as by consent. They dropped as by a thunderstroke. What might, worthy Sebastian? Oh, what might? No more. Yet, methinks I see it in thy face. What thou should speak, the occasion speaks thee. And my strong imagination to the ground from upon thy head.
What? Art thou waking?
Do you not hear me speak?
I do, and surely it is a sleepy language, and thou speakest out of thy sleep. What is it thou do say? This is a strange repose. He is with eyes wide open, standing, speaking, moving, and yet so fast asleep.
Noble Sebastian, thou lest thy fortunes they die rather than winks while thou art waking.
Thou dost all distinctly, there's meaning in thy solace.
I am more serious than my custom. You must do so too, if he which to do rebels the old.
Well, I'm standing well.
I'll teach you how to flow.
Do so, the heaven hereditary thought and trust.
Oh, if you but knew how you the purpose cherish, while thus you mock it, in stripping it, you more invest it. Ebbing men indeed most do so, often near the bottom, run on their own fear or sloth.
Prithee, say on. Setting of thine eye and cheek for plain battle. In a bolt of heat which does the best.
Thus, sir, although this Lord of weak remembrance, he who shall be as little memory when he is earth, hath here almost persuaded, for he's a spirit of persuasion, only profess to persuade. King, son's a lie. 'Tis as impossible as he's undrowned, he that sleeps here swims.
I no hope that he will drown.
Oh, out of that no hope. What great hope have you? No hope is another way, so high a hope that even ambition cannot pierce a wink beyond. But doubt discovery there. Will you grant with me that Ferdinand is drowned?
He's gone.
Then tell me, who is the next heir of Naples?
Clearly.
She that's Queen of Tunis? She that dwells 10 leagues beyond man's life? She that from Naples can have no note unless the sun were post, and the moon's too slow, till newborn chins be rough and reasonable? She that from whom we all our sea swallow? Though some cast again, and by that destiny to perform an act, whereof which past is prologue, what to come in yours and my discharge.
What stuff is this? How say you? This is true, my brother, so is she of Naples, weeks which virgins there is some
spacious every cubit seeps her crowds. How shalt that Clarabelle measure us back to Naples? In Tunis, that Sebastian wake. Say, this were death that now hath seized her. Why? We are no worse than what we were. There be that can rule Naples, he that sleeps. Lords can praise as empty and unnecessarily as this Gonzalo. I myself can make a chop of as deep chat. Oh, that you bore the mind of time. What's asleep for this, for your advancement? Do you understand?
He thinks I do.
And how does your content tender your own good fortune?
I remember you did supplant your brother Prospero.
True. Look how well my garments sit upon me, much fleeter than before. My brother's servants were then my fellows. Now they are my men.
But for your conscience,
Aye, sir. Where, Where was it? If 'twere a kite which put me to my slipper, but I feel not this deity in my bosom. 20 consciences stand twixt me and villain. Can ye be they melt or they molest? Here lie your brother, no better than the earth that he lies upon. He that would be dead, I, with this obedience, steal 3 inches of it and lay to bed forever, whilst you doing thus to the perpetual wink. For I might put this ancient morsel, this, Sir Prudence, shall not upbraid our course. For all the rest, they'll take suggestions from cat and wax smell. They'll tell the clock to any business that we say befits the hour.
thy case, dear friend, shall be my portion. As thou wast willing, all come our evils. Draw thy soul. One stroke shall free thee from the tribute which thou payest, and I, the king, shall love thee.
Draw together. And when I rear my hand, do you the like to fall upon Gonzalo.
Oh, but one more.
Our master, through his art, foresees the danger that you, his friend, are in, and sends you forth, for else his brother to speak of living. While your ears snoring loud, all in red conspiracies happen one day. If I let you keep prepared, shake off someone and beware.
Then, let us both be sudden.
Now, good angel!
Come out! Oh, awake. Why are you drawn? We're this ghastly looking.
What's the matter? As we stood here, securing your repose, even now we call the bolts of bellowing, like bulls or rather lions. It struck mine you most terribly.
I heard nothing.
Oh, 'twas a din to fright the monster's ear, to make an earthquake. Sure 'twas the roar of the whole herd of lions.
Heard you this, Gonzalo?
Upon my honor, sir, I heard humming, and a strange one too. It did awaken me. I shaked you, sir, and cried, as mine eyes opened. I saw their weapons drawn. There was a noise that's veiled. 'Tis best we stand upon our guard, or that we quit this place. Let's draw our weapons.
Leave off this ground and let's make further search for my poor son.
Heavens keep him from these beasts. For sure, only not.
Lead away.
Prospero, my lord, shall know what I've done. The king, though unfavourably, seek my son.
pinched me with disease. His spirits hear me, and yet I needs must curse, for they'll nor pinch me, frighten me with urchin shows, pitch me in the mire, nor leave me like a firebrand in the dark out of my way, unless he bid 'em. But for every trifle are they set upon me, sometime like apes, mow and chatter at me, and after bite me. Then, like hedgehogs that lie tumbling in my barefoot way, and mount their pricks at my footfall. Sometime am I all wound with adders, who with their cloven tongues do hiss me into madness. Lo, now lo! There comes the spirit of his. I'll fall flat, perchance he will not mind me.
It is either for sure shall bear off any weather at all. In another storm brewing, I can hear it sing in the wind. Down same black cloud, down huge one, looks like a foul one that was shed his slinger. If it were to thunder as it did once before, I know not where to hide my head. Down same cloud cannot choose what fall as it is. What have we here? A man or a fish? Dead or alive? A fish. A very ancient fish-like smell. Not of the newest fortune. If I were in England as once I was, I had to let this fish painted upon my wall. Not a holiday pool. There would be a piece of silver for this monster to make this strange things they make live. And they will not have a door to reuse one together when they are 10 to me that ended it, like William, and it spins like arms. One more can toss. I do not lose my opinion. But in the long run, this is no fish. I live there that have lately suffered by it. Alas, the storm has come again. My best clothes came from his gallery, and they know shellfish here about us. These are the things in the strange
I shall no more to see, here till I die ashore. It's a very scurvy tune to sing at a man's funeral. Well, here's my comfort. The master, the swabber, the bosun, and I, the gunner and his mate, loved Malbec and Baron and Marjorie. None of us cared for fate. For she had a tongue with a tang, would cry to a sailor, "Go hang!" She loved not the savor of tar nor of pitch. A tailor might scratch her where she did. And to sea boys and let her go hang!
Do not torment me, oh!
What's the matter? How many devils here? Do you put tricks upon with salvages and men of India? I have not escaped drowning to be now afeard of your poor legs. For it hath been said, as proper a man as ever went on 4 legs cannot make him give ground, and it shall be said so again while Stefano breathes at his nostrils.
The spirit torments me, oh!
Is this some monster of the isle with 4 legs, who hath got, as I take it, an ague? Where the devil should he learn our language? I will give him some relief, if it be but for that. If I can recover him and keep him tame, and get to Naples with him, he's a present for any emperor that e'er trod on meat's leather.
Do not torment me. Prithee, I'll bring my wood home faster.
He's in his fit now and does not talk after the wisest. He shall taste of my bottle. If he hath never drunk wine afore, it will go near to remove his fit. If I can recover him and keep him tame, I'll not take too much for him. He that hath him that shall pay for him, and that sound.
Thou dost me yet but little hurt. I know thou wilt anon. Trembling, how prosper works on thee.
Come on, your ways, open your mouth. This will shake your shaking. Here is that which will give language to you, cat. Open your mouth. into what foul speeches and to be trapped. If all the wine in my bottle will help him, I will remove his ague. Come. Men. Force him on thy other mouth.
Stefano!
Thy other mouth, call me! Mercy, this is a devil and no monster. I will leave of him, I have no long spoon.
Stefano, thou beest Stefano, touch me, speak to me, grand Trinculo, that not serve like your country.
If thou beest Trinculo, come forth. I'll pull thee by the lesser legs. Thou art very Trinculo indeed. How camest thou to be the siege of this moon cap?
I took him to
Can he bend Trinculos?
I took him to be killed with the thunder. But art thou drowned, Stefano? I hope thou
Is this all?
When the storm on the boat, I didn't know the dead man kept Stefano. But art thou a living Stefano? Oh, Stefano, to me upon to escape.
They do not turn me about me. Stomach is not constant.
These be fine things, and if they be not sprites, that's a brave god and bears celestial liquor. I will kneel to him.
How camest thou hither? How didst thou escape? Swear by this bottle. How thou camest hither? I came here upon a butt of sack which the sailors heaved overboard by this bottle, which I made of the bark of a tree with mine own hands since I was cast ashore.
I'll swear upon that bottle to be thy true subject, for that liquor is not earthly.
Swear then, how thou camest hither.
Don't charge I like death. I can swim like a duck, I'll be sworn.
Yes, I do that. Though thou canst swim like a duck, thou art made like a goose.
Stefano has many more of this?
The whole butt, man. My cellar is in a rock by the seashore where my wine is held. How now, Mooncalf, how dost thine ague?
Hast thou not dropped from heaven?
To the moon I do assure thee. I was a man in the moon when time was.
I have seen thee in her, and I do adore thee. My mistress showed me thee, and thy dog in thy bush.
Here, swear to that, kiss the book. I will furnish an odd new content, swear.
By this good light, that is a very shallow monster. I fear for a very weak monster. Well drawn monster, good sir.
I'll show thee every fertile inch of the isle. I'll kiss thy foot. I prithee, be my God.
By this light, this is the most forbidding Russian monster, but it's God's still on the
I'll kiss thy foot. I'll swear myself thy subject.
Come on then down and swear.
I shall laugh myself to death at this puppy. I'll swear to the monster and find myself to be.
Come, kiss.
I'll show thee the fresh springs. I'll pluck thee berries. I'll fish for thee and get thee wood enough. A plague upon the tyrant that I serve. I'll bear him no more sticks, but serve thee, thou wondrous man.
The most ridiculous?
Most ridiculous monster to make a wonderful
I prithee, let me bring thee where crabs grow. And I, with my long nails, will dig thee pig nuts, show thee a jay's nest, and instruct thee how to snare the nimble marmoset. I'll bring thee the clustering filberts, and sometime get thee young scamels from the rock. Wilt thou go with me?
I prithee lead the way without any more talking. Trinculo, the king and all our company else being. Now, we will inherit here. Here, bear my bottle. Fellow Trinculo will fill him by and by again.
Farewell, master, farewell, farewell. No more damsel Nate for fish, nor fetching firing at requiring worth big prince.
in space, remember. Save my glass of mine own. More fighting words I may call men than you, good friend. My dear father, how features are of law, I am skilless of. But by my modesty, the jewel in my dower, I would not wish any companion in the world but you. Nor can imagination form a shape beside yourself like of. I prattle something too wildly. My father's precepts I bear in you today. I made my condition. A prince Miranda, do you think the king? I would, not so, and would no more endure, would enslave me. If perceptible flesh fly below my mouth. Hear my soul speak, the very instant that I saw you. Did my heart fly to your service. There resides, to make me slave to it. And for your sake I must patient long then. Do you love me? Oh heaven, no earth, bear witness to the sound, and crown what I profess with kind event if I speak truth. Howling, in verse, what best is boding me to mischief. I, beyond no limit to what else the earth do love, prize, honor you.
Fair encounter of two most rare affections. Heaven's rain grace on that which breathes between them.
Wherefore weep you? Can mine unworthiness dare not offer what I shall desire to give? Much less take what I shall die to want. But this is trifling. All the more it seeks to hide itself, the bigger bullshit shows. Hence, bashful cunning taught me plain and holy innocence. I'm your wife if you will marry me. If not, I'll die or made to be your fellow. You may deny me, but I'll be your servant, whether you will or no. My mistress steers, do not this humble effort. My husband, I, the heart is gone, as willing to gone to share freedom. Here's my hand, and mine with my heart in it, and now farewell till half an hour hence. Thousand.
So glad of this as they, I cannot be. You are surprised withal. With my rejoicing at nothing can be more. I'll tune my book, for yet ere supper time must I perform much business appertaining. We beg your indulgence for a brief intermission.
How not be? When the bus is out, we will drink water, not a drop before. Therefore, bear up and boredom. Some monster drinks.
Servant monster, the power of this island. They should save us but 5 upon this island. We are 3 of them. If the other 2 be friends like us, stay tight.
Drink, servant monster, when I bid thee. My eyes are almost set in thy head.
Where would they be set else? He would be a brave monster if they were set in his tail.
My monster has drowned his tongue in sap. For my part, the sea could not drown me. I swam ere I could recover the shore. 35 leagues, off and on. By this light, thou shalt be my lieutenant, monster, or my standard.
He's a lieutenant if he listens, but no.
Will not run monsieur monster.
No, no, neither. But will lie like dogs and yet say nothing.
Mooncalf, speak once in thy life if thou beest a good mooncalf.
How does thy honor? Let me lick thy shoe. I'll not serve him, he's not valiant.
That would lie is most ignorant monster. I am in case with just a constable. Thou bosh fish thou, hath there ever been a man that hath known such sacrifice? Wilt thou lie like
mocks me. Wilt thou let him, my lord?
Lord cruelty that the monster should be such a natural.
No, lo again! Bite him to death, I pray thee!
Trinculo, keep a good tongue in your head. If you prove a mutineer, the next tree. My man-monster is my subject, and shall not suffer indignity.
I thank my noble lord. Wilt thou hearken once again to the suit I made to thee?
Mary, will I kneel and repeat it? I will stand, and so shall Trinculo.
As I told thee, I'm subject to a tyrant, a sorcerer, who by his cunning hath cheated me of this island.
Thou liest.
Thou liest, thou jesting monkey, thou! I would my noble master but destroy thee! I do not lie!
Trinculo, if you trouble him any more in tale, by this hand I will supplant some of your teeth.
Why, what did I did nothing.
Mum then and no more. Proceed.
I say, by sorcery he got this island. For me he got it. If thou would be brave enough to revenge it on him, for I know thou darest, but this thing dare not.
That's most certain.
Thou shalt be lord of it, and I'll serve thee.
How now shall this be compassed? Canst thou bring me to the party?
Yea, yea, I'll yield him thee asleep. There thou mayst knock a nail into his head.
Thou liest, thou canst not.
With a pie of ninny's this, thou scurvy patch. I beseech thee, give him blows, and take the bottle from him. When that's gone, he shall drink naught but brine, for I'll not show him where the quick freshes are.
Trinculo, run into no further danger. Interrupt the monster one word further, and by this hand I'll turn my mercy out of doors and make a stockfish of thee.
Why, what did I?
Didst thou not say he lied?
Thou liest.
Do I so? Take thou that! As you let this give me the lie another time.
I did not give thee the lie. Out of your wits and hearing to talk to your bottle, drink a sap and do a murder on your monster, and the devil take your fingers!
Prithee, stand farther off. Proceed with your tale.
Beat him enough. After a little time, I'll beat him too.
Stand farther. Come, proceed.
I say, 'tis a custom with him, in the afternoon to sleep. There thou mayst brain him, having first seized his books. Or, with a log, batter his skull, or punch him with a stake, or cut his weasand with thy knife. Remember first to possess his books, for without them he's but a sot, as I am, and hath not one spirit to command. They all hate him as rootedly as I. He hath brave utensils, for so he calls them, as when he has a house, he shall deck withal. And, as most deeply to consider, is the beauty of his daughter. He himself calls her a nonpareil. I never saw a woman, but only Sycorax my dam, and she. But she as far surpasses Sycorax's greatest of least.
It's so brave, alas.
Aye, Lord, she will become thy bed, I ward it, and bring thee forth, brave brood.
Monster, I will kill this man. His daughter and I will be king and queen, save our graces. And Trinculo and thyself shall be viceroys. Dost thou like the plot, Trinculo?
Excellent.
I'm sorry I beat thee, but while thou livest, keep a good tongue in thy head.
In this half hour will he be asleep. Wilt thou destroy him then?
Aye, on mine honor.
This will I tell my master.
Thou makes me merry. I am full of pleasure. Let us be jocund. Will control the catch who taught me but while ere.
At thy request, monster, I will do reason, any reason. Come on, Trinculo, let us sing. Flout him and scout him and scout him and flout him. God is free.
That's not the tune.
What is this saying? forth. If thou beest a devil, takest thou list.
Oh, forgive me my sins!
He that dies pays all debts, I defy thee! Mercy upon
Art thou afeard?
No, monster, not I.
Be not afeard. The isle is full of noises, sounds, and sweet airs, that give thee light and hurt not. Sometime 1,000 twangling instruments will hum about mine ear, and sometime voices, that if I then had waked after long sleep, will make me sleep again. And then, in dreaming, methought the clouds would open, and show riches ready to drop upon me, that if I then had waked, I cried to dream again.
This will prove a brave kingdom to me, where I shall have my music for nothing.
When Prospero is destroyed,
That shall be by and by, I remember the story.
The sound is going away. Let's follow it, and after do our work.
Lead monster will follow. I would I could see this tabor if he lays it on.
I am right glad that he's so out of hope. Do not for one repulse, for forgo the purpose that you resolve the effect.
The next advantage we'll take. Oh.
Let it be tonight, for they are oppressed with travel. They cannot nor will not use such vigilance as when they are fresh.
I say tonight, no more.
What harmony is this?
Marvelous, sweet music.
Bless kind keepers, heavens. What were these?
Oh, in glory. Now I will believe that there are unicorns. That in Arabia there is one tree, Phoenix Gray, one phoenix at this hour reigning there.
I'll believe both, and what else just want credit? Come to me, I'll be sworn 'tis truth. Travelers ne'er did lie, though fools at home condemn.
If in Naples should I report this now, would they believe me? Should I say, I saw such islanders? For certes, these are people of the island, who, though they are of monstrous shape, yet, their manners are more gentle, kind, than of our human generation. Of you shall find many, nay, almost any.
Honest Lord, thou hast said well. For some of you there present are worse than devils.
I cannot too much muse. Such shapes, such gesture, and such sound, expressing, although they want the use of tongue, a kind of excellent tongue discourse.
Praise in departing.
They vanish strangely.
No matter since there that there's being behind, for we have stomachs. What pleasing taste of what is here?
Not I.
Please, sir, do not appear. For when we were boys, we would believe that there were mountaineers, Jewess, like bulls, whose skirts had hanging out, walls of flesh, or that there were such men whose head instead of their breasts, which now we find each other 5 for 1 to bring us good warrant of.
I will stand to and feed, although my last. No matter, since I feel the best is past. Brother, my lord the Duke stands to and do as we.
You are 3 men of sin, whom destiny that hath to instrument this lower world one is in, the never surfeited sea hath caused to belch up you, and on this island where man doth not inhabit. You, most men, being most unfit to live, I have made mad. And even with such like valor, men hang and drown their proper selves. You fools! I and my fellows are ministers of fate, the elements of whom your swords are tempered. May as well wound the loud winds, or with the mock that stab kill the still closing waters. My fellow ministers are like invulnerable. If you could hurt, your swords are now too massy for your strengths, and will not be uplifted. But remember, for that's my business to thee, that you freed from Millen did supplant good Prospero, expose unto the sea which hath requited him and his innocent child, for which foul deed the powers, delaying, not forgetting, requite the seas and the shores, yea, every creature against thy peace. Thee, of thy son, Alonso, they have bereft, and do pronounce by me lingering perdition, worse than any death can be at once, shall step by step attend you and your ways, and this most desolate isle, whose wrath falls upon your heads, is nothing but heart sorrow and a clear life ensuing. Bravely, the figure of this harpy hast thou performed, my error. A grace it had, devouring. Of my instruction hast thou nothing bated in what thou hadst to say. So, with good life and the observations strange, my meaner ministers their several kinds have done. My high charms work, and these, mine enemies, are all knit up in their distractions. They now are in my power, and in these fits I leave them, while I visit young Ferdinand, whom they suppose is drowned, and his and mine loved darling.
In the name of something holy, sir, why stand you in this strange stare?
Oh, it is monstrous, monstrous. Methought the billows spoke and told me of it. The winds did sing it to me, and the thunder, that deep and dreadful organ pipe, pronounced the name of Prosper, and did face my trespass. Therefore my son in the ooze is deaded, and I'll seek him deeper than e'er plummet sounded, and with him there lie mudded.
But one fiend at a time will fight we do all.
I'll be thy second.
All three of them are desperate. Their great killed like poison, given to work a great time after. Now Gims to fight the spirits, I do beseech you, that are of self-willed killers, and follow them swiftly, and hinder them from what is ecstasy.
Follow, I pray you.
If I have too austerely punished you, your compensation makes amends, for I have given you here a third of mine own life, or that for which I live, who once again I tender to thy hand. All thy vexations were but my trials of thy love, and thou hast strangely stood the test. Here, afore heaven, I ratify this, my rich gift. Oh, Ferdinand, do not smile at me that I boast her off, for thou shalt find she will outstrip all praise and make it halt behind her.
I do believe it, thanks in order.
Then, as my gift and thine own acquisition, worthily purchased, take my daughter. But, if thou dost break her virgin not before all sanctimonious ceremonies may, with full and holy rite be ministered, no sweet aspersion shall the heavens let fall to make this contract grow, but barren hate, sour-eyed disdain, and discord shall bestrew the union of your bed with weeds so loathly that you shall hate it both. Therefore, take heed, as Hymen's lamp shall light you.
As I hope for quiet days, fair issue, and long life, with such love as is now, the murkiest dead, the most opportune place, the strongest suggestion, our aversive genius can't, shall never melt mine honor to lust, and take away the edge of that day's celebration, and I shall think the fetus steeds of founders, the night that changed the love.
Fairly spoken. Sit then, thine own. What, Ariel? My industrious servant, Ariel.
What would my potent master? Here I am.
Thou and thy meaner fellows your last service did worthily perform, and I must use you in such another trick. Go, bring the rabble, or whom I give thee power, here to this place. Incite them to quick motion, for I must bestow upon the eyes of this young couple some vanity of mine art. It is my promise, and they expect it from me.
Presently.
I, the twin.
For you say come and go, and breathe twice and cry so-so, each one tripping on his toe, will be here with mop and mow. Do you love me, master? No.
Dearly, my delicate Ariel, do not approach till thou dost hear me call.
Well, I can see.
Look thou, be true. Do not give dalliance too much the rein. The strongest oaths are straw to the fire in the blood. Be more abstemious, or else good night you'll have.
I warrant you, sir, the white, cold, virgin snow upon my heart bates the ardor of my lips.
Well, now come, my Ariel. Bring a corollary rather than want a spirit. Appear and pertly. No tongue, all eyes be silent.
Cereals, most bounteously, thy rich leaves of wheat, rye, barley, vetches, oats, and peas. Thy turfy mountains where live nibbling sheep, and flat meads thatched with stars that picking. The banks of pine and twill brims with spongy April at the hesper trims. Tonight coldness peace crowns in thy broom grows, whose shadow the dismissed bachelor loves. Being last lorn at pulpit vineyard, in thy sea mark, sterile and rocky home, where thou thyself is Herrick, the queen of the sky, whose watery arch and messenger line bids thee lead these, with their sovereign grace here in this grass plot, in this very place, to come henceforth, the Quebec's fire, approach rich series, here to entertain.
Hail, many-colored messenger, that ne'er dost disobey the wife of Jupiter, who with thy saffron wings upon my flowers diffusest honey drops, refreshing showers, and with each end of thy blue bow dost crown my bosky acres, and by unshrubbed down rich scarf my proud earth. Why hath thy queen summoned me hither to this short grass green?
A contract of true love to celebrate, and some donations to freely estimate on the best lands.
Tell me, heavenly bow, if Venus or her son, as thou dost know, do now attend the queen, since they did plot the means that dusky dis my daughter got, her and her blind boy's scandaled company I have forsworn.
Of her society, be not afraid, I met every deity, cunning clouds with pathos and a sun, dog drawing. Here those I have done some well-known charm on this man and me. His vows are, by no beggar I check, shall be paid, to highness which be lighted, that be made. Mars's hot maiden was returned again, Waspish headed Cyprus wrote his arrows. Swear he will shoot no more than put his sparrows, and be a boy right out.
Highest queen of state, great Juno comes, I know her by her gait.
How does my bounteous sister? Go with me to bless this way, and that they prosperously and honored in their issue. Honors, riches, marriage, blessing, long continuance, increasing hourly joys bestowed upon you. Juno sings her blessing.
Earth's increase, boys in plenty, barns and garners never empty, plants with goodly burden bowing. Spring comes to you as the farthest, in the very end of harvest. Scarcity and want shall shun you, Ceres' blessing so is on you.
This is the most majestic vision, and harmonious and charming. May I be bold to think deeds, spirits.
Spirits, which by mine art I have from their confines called to enact my present fancies.
But we live forever. So rare a wonder, father, wife, is this place paradise.
Sweet now, silence. You know if Ceres whisper seriously. There's something else to do. Hush and be mute, or else our spell is marred.
Your name's cognate of the wind and breast, with thatched crowns and never harmless lips. Heave your crisp channels and on the screen in, answer your sunbeams, Juno does command. Come temperate imps and help to celebrate a contract of true love. Be not too late. You sunburned gentlemen of August wear, and hither from the furrow of the air. Make holiday, the rice strut hats put on, and these fresh ships encounter everyone at parting.
insubstantial pageant faded, leave not a rack behind. We are such stuff as dreams are made of, and our little life is rounded with sleep. Sir, I am vexed. Bear with my weakness. My old brain is troubled. Be not disturbed with my infirmity. If you be pleased, retire into my cell and there repose. A turn or two I'll walk to still my beating mind.
We wish you peace. Farewell, my father.
Come what they thought. I thank thee, Ariel, come.
Thy thoughts I cleave to. What's thy pleasure?
Spirit, we must prepare to meet with Caliban.
I, my commander, when I presented Ceres, I thought to have told thee of it, but I feared lest I might anger thee.
Say again, where didst thou leave these varlets?
I told you, sir, they were red hot with drinking, so full of valor that they smote the air for breathing on their faces, thieves the ground for kicking on their feet, and always bending towards their project. Then I beat my tabor, which like unbacked colts, they pricked their ears, advanced their eyelids, lifted up their noses, as they smelt music. So I charmed their ears, that calf-like they my lowing followed, through tooth briars, sharp furzes, pricking gauts and thorns, which entered their frail shins. At last I left them, in the filthy mantle pool beyond their cell, dancing up to the chins, the filthy foul lake oversunk their feet.
This was well done, my bird. Thy shape invisible, retain thou still. Trumpery in my house. Go, bring it hither for sale to catch these thieves.
I go.
A devil. A born devil on whose nurture can never stick. Whom my pains, humanely taken, all lost, quite lost. And as with age his body uglier grows, so his mind cankers. I will plague them all, even to roaring. Come, hang them on this line.
Pray you, tread softly, that the blind mole may not hear a footfall. We now are near his cell.
Monster, your fairy, which you say is a harmless fairy, has done little better than play the jack with us.
Monster, I do smell a horse piss at which my nose is in great indignation.
So is mine. Do you hear, monster? Oh, if I should take displeasure against you, look you.
Thou works for the lost, monster.
Good my lord, give me thy favor still. For the prize I'll bring thee to, shall hoodwink this mischance. Therefore, speak softly. All's hushed as midnight yet.
I put to lose our bottles in the pool.
There is not only disgrace and dishonor in that, but an infinite loss.
That's more to me than my right to death. This is your harmless fairy.
I will fetch off my bottle, though it be o'er ears for my labor.
Prithee, my king, be quiet. Seest thou here? This is the mouth of the cell. No noise, and enter. Do that good mischief which may make this island thine own forever, and I thy Caliban, for I thy footlicker.
Give me thy hand. I do begin to have bloody thoughts.
Oh, Stefano, oh, Piero, worthy Stefano, look what a wardrobe is here for thee.
dropsy drowned this fool. What do you mean to dote us on such luggage? Let's away into the murder first. If he awake, from toe to crown, he'll fill our skids with pinches. Make us strange stuff.
Be you quiet, monster. Mistress Line, is this not my jerkin? Now is the jerkin under the line. Now, jerkin, do I like to lose your hair and brew a bald jerkin?
Do we steal by minor level and quite your grace?
I'm making for that jest. Here's a garment for it to steal. By lying and level is an excellent passive page. Here's another garment for it.
Master, don't put some alarm upon your fingers and away with the rest.
I shall have none on't. We shall lose our time, and I'll be turned to barnacles, or apes with forehead villainous hoe.
Monster, lay to your fingers. Help to carry this to where my hogshead of wine is, or I'll turn you out of my kingdom. Go to carry this.
And this.
Aye, and this. Fury, fury! There, Diamond! There! Bark, bark! Don't charge my goblins that they grind their joints with dry convulsions, shorten up their sinews with age and cramps, and more pinch spots and make them than bard or catamount. Hark, they roar! Let them be hunted soundly. At this hour lie at my mercy all mine enemies. Shortly shall all my labors end, and thou shalt have the air of freedom, for a little follow and do me service. My charms crack not, my spirits obey. As time goes upright with his carriage. How's the day?
On the 6th hour, at which time, my lord, you said our work should cease.
I did say so when first I raised the Tempest. Say, my spirit, how fares the king and his followers?
Confined in the same fashion as you left them. All prisoners, sir, in the lion grove which weatherheads your cell. They cannot budge until your release. The king's son, your brother, and his, abide all three distracted. And the remainder mourning over them, brimful of sorrow and dismay, him that you term, sir, the good old Lord Gonzalo. His tears run down his beard, like winter's drops from ease and grief. Your charms so strongly worksome, that if you now beheld them, your affections would become tender.
Dost thou think so, spirit?
Mine would, sir, were a human.
Mine shall. Hast thou, which art but air, a touch, a feeling of their afflictions, and shall not myself, one of their kind, that relish all as
passion as they, be kindlier moved than thou art. Though with their high wrongs I'm struck to the quick, which with my nobler reason against my fury do I take part. The rarer action is in virtue than in vengeance. They, impenitent, the sole drift of my purpose doth extend not a frown further, nor release them area. My charms I'll break, their senses I'll restore, and they shall be themselves. I'll fetch them, sir. Ye elves of hills, brooks, standing lakes and groves, and ye that on the sands with printless foot do chase the ebbing Neptune and do fly him when he comes back. You, demi-puppets, that by moonshine do the green, sour ringlets make, whereof the yew not bites, and you, whose pastime is to make midnight mushrooms, that rejoice to hear the solemn curfew, by whose aid, weak masters though ye be, I have bedimmed the noontide sun, called forth the mutinous winds, and twixt the green sea and the azure vaults and roaring war, to the dread rattling thunder have I given fire, and rifted Jove's stout oak with his own bolt. The strong based promontory have I made shake, and by the spurs plucked up the pine and cedar. Graves at my command have waked their sleepers, oaked and let them forth by my so potent art. But this rough magic I here endure, and when I have required some heavenly music, which even now I do, to work mine end upon their senses that this airy charm is for, I'll break my staff, bury it certain fathoms in the earth, as deeper than did ever plummet sound, I'll drown my book. You, brother mine, that entertained ambition, expelled remorse and nature, with Sebastian, whose inward pinches therefore are most strong, would here have killed your king. I do forgive thee, unnatural though thou art. Their understanding begins to swell, and the approaching tide will shortly fill the reasonable shore that now lies foul and muddy. Not one of them that yet looks on me or would know me. Herrick, fetch me the hat and rapier in my cell. I will displace me and myself present as I was sometime ill. Quickly, spirit, or shall there long be free? My dainty Ariel, I shall miss thee, but yet thou shalt have freedom. So to the kingship, invisible as thou art, there wilt thou find the mariners asleep under the hatches, the master and the boatswain being awake, and force them to this place, and presently I prithee.
And drink the air before me and return, or I repulse for speech.
All torment, trouble, wonder, and amazement inhabits here. Some heavenly power, the guidance of this fearful country.
Behold, Sir King, the wronged Duke of Mulholland, Prospero, for more assurance that a living prince does now speak to thee, I embrace thy body, and to thee and thy company I bid a hearty welcome.
Whether thou beest he, or no, or some enchanted trifle to abuse me, as late I have been, I not know. My pulse beats as of flesh and blood, and since I saw thee, the affliction of my mind amends, with which I fear madness has me. This must crave, and if this be at all a most strange story, I do to my resigning to entreat thou pardon me my wrongs. But how should Prospero be living and be here?
First, noble friend, let me embrace thine age, whose honor cannot be measured or confined.
Whether this be or be not, I'll not swear.
You do yet taste some subtleties of the isle that will prevent you from believing things certain. Welcome, my friends, all. But you, my grace of lords, were I so minded, I here could pluck his highness frown upon you and justify you traitors. At this time I will tell no tales.
The devil speaks in him.
No. For you, most wicked sir, whom to call brother would even infect my mouth. I do forgive thy rankest faults, all of them, and require my dukedom of thee, which perforce I know thou must restore.
If thou beest Prospero, give us particulars of thy preservation, how thou hast met us here, who 3 hours since were wrapped upon this shore, where I have lost. How sharp a point of misremembrance is, my dear son, Ferdinand.
I am woe for, sir.
Irreparable is the loss, and patient says it is past for a cure.
I rather think you have not sought her help, of whose soft grace for the like loss I have her sovereign aid, and rest myself content.
You, the white loss.
As great to me as late, and supportable to make the dear loss, have I means much weaker than you may call to comfort you, for I have lost my daughter.
A daughter? Oh, heavens, that they were living both in Naples, the king and queen there. That they were. I wish myself were mudded in that oozy bed where my son lies. When did you lose your daughter?
In this last tempest, I do perceive these lords do so much admire at this encounter that they devour their reason and scarce think their eyes do offices of truth. Their words are natural bred, but howsoe'er you have been justled from your senses, know for certain that I am Prospero, and that very duke which was thrust forth of Milan, who, most strangely, upon this island where you were wrecked, was landed to be the lord on't. No more yet of this, for 'tis a chronicle of day by day, not a relation for a breakfast, nor befitting this first meeting. Welcome, sir. This sells my court. Here have I few attendants and subjects, none abroad. Pray you, look in. My dukedom, since you have given me again, I will requite you with as good a thing. At least to bring forth a wonder, to content ye as much as me, my dukedom.
Sweet Lord, you play me false. No, my dearest love, I'm not the road. Yes, the score of kingdoms I should wrangle, and you would call it fair play.
This proving vision of the island. One dear son, shall I twice lose?
A most hard miracle. Though the seas threaten, they are merciful. I have cursed them without cause.
Now, all the blessings of a glad father come to thee about. Arise and say how you camest here.
Oh, wonder! Many goodly creatures are there here. How beauty is mankindness, O brave new world, that has such people in it.
'Tis new to thee.
What is this maid with whom thou wast at play? Your eldest acquaintance cannot be 3 hours. Is she the goddess that hath severed us and brought us thus together?
Sir, she is mortal, but by mortal providence she's mine. I chose her when I could not ask my father for his advice, nor thought I had one. She is daughter to this famous Duke of Milan, whom so often I've heard renowned. Never saw before, of whom I ever see the second life, the second father of this Lady Maiden.
I am hers. So how oddly will it sound that I must ask my child forgiveness?
There, sir, stop. Let us not burthen our remembrances with a heaviness that's gone.
I've inly wept, or should have spoken ere this. Look down, you gods, and on this couple darkened as a crown, for it is you who have turned forth the way which brought us hither.
I say, Amen, Gonzalo.
Was Milan thrust for Milan, or that its issue should become kings of Naples? Oh, rejoice beyond a common joy, and set it down with golden masted pillars. In one voyage should Clearbell her husband find at Tunis, and Ferdinand the brother found wife, and he himself was lost. Prospero is due to on a poor isle, while one all of us ourselves, but no man was his own.
Give me your hands. Let grief and sorrow still embrace his heart that doth not wish you joy.
Be it so! Amen!
Oh, look, sir, here is more of us now. I prophesied to gallows, for our land this fellow could not drown. Hast thou no mouth by land? What's the news?
The best news is that we have safely found our king and company. The next, our ship, which but 3 glasses since we gave out split, is tight and yare and bravely rigged as when we first put out to sea.
Was it well done? Gravely my diligence, my tricksy spirit.
These are not natural events. They strengthen from strange to stranger. Say, how came you
I did think, sir, I were well awake, I'll strive to tell you. We were dead of sleep, and how we know not, I'll clap under hatches. Where but even now, with strange and several noises, of roaring, shrieking, howling, jingling chains, and more diversity of sounds, all horrible were we await, straightway at liberty. Where we in all her trim freshly beheld our royal, good and gallant ship, our master capering to honor, on a choice so please you, even in a dream, where we divided from them and brought smoking hither.
Sir, on the service have I done since I went?
This was well done, my spirit. Thou shalt be free.
This is as strange a maze as e'er man trod, and there is in this business more than nature's ever conduct of. Some who must rectify our knowledge.
Sir, my liege, do not infest your mind with beating on the strangeness of this business. At Pick's leisure, which shall be shortly, single I'll resolve you, which to you shall seem probable of every these happened accidents. Till when, be cheerful and think of each thing well. Come hither, spirit. Set Caliban and his companions free, and tie the spell. How fares my gracious sir? There are yet missing of your company some few odd lads that you remember not. Every man shift for all the rest, and let no man stand for himself, for all is but fortune. Coraggio, bully monster, coraggio.
If these be true spies, which I wear on my head, here's a good sight.
These be brave spirits indeed. How fine my master is. I am afraid he will chastise me.
Ha ha, what things are these, my lord, so little bloody bond?
Very likely. One of them is a plain fish, and no doubt marketable.
Mark but the badges of these men, my lords. Then say if they be true. This misshapen knave, his mother was a witch, and one so strong that could control the moon, make flows and ebbs, and deal in her command without her power. These three have robbed me, and this demi-devil, for he's a bastard one, had plotted with them to take my life. Two of these fellows you must know and own. This thing of darkness I acknowledge mine.
I shall be put to death.
Is not this Stefano, my Trumpkin bustler?
He is gone now. Where had he gone?
And Strinculo is really right. Where should they find this grand liquor that hath gilded him? How camest thou in this pickle?
I have been in such a pickle since I saw him last. I feel I was my daughter shall not be. How now, Stefano?
Don't touch me, I'm not Stefano, but a cramp. You'll be king of the Isles, Zero. I should have been a sore one then.
This is as strange a thing as e'er I looked on.
He is as disproportioned in his manners as in his shape. Go, Sirrah, to my cell. Take with you your companions. As you look to have my pardon, trim it handsomely.
I that I will, and be wise hereafter, and seek for grace. A thrice double ass was I, to take this drunkard for a god, and worship this dull fool.
Go to, away!
Hence, and be still your luggage where you found it.
Oh, stole it, Randall.
Sir, I invite your highness and your train to my poor cell, where you shall take your rest for this one night, which part of it I'll waste with such discourse as, I not doubt, shall make it go quick away. The story of my life and the particular accidents gone by since I came to this island, And in the morn, I'll bring you to your ship, and so to Naples, where I have hoped to see the nuptial of these, our dear beloved solemnized. And thence retire me to my Millen, where every third thought shall be my grave.
I long to hear the story of your life, which must take you your strange way.
I'll deliver all, and promise you calm seas, auspicious gale, and sail so expeditious that shall catch your royal fleet far off. Ariel, shape that is thy charge. Then to the elements be free, and fare thou well. Please, you draw near. Now, my charms are all overthrown, and what strength I have's mine own, which is most faint. Now, 'tis true, I must be here confined by you, or sent to Naples. Let me not, since I have my dukedom got, and pardoned the deceiver, dwell in this Baer island by your spell. But release me from my bands with the help of your good hands. Gentle breath of yours my sails must fill, or else my project fails, which was to please. Now I want spirits to enforce, art to enchant, and my ending is despair, unless I be relieved by prayer, which pierces so that it assaults mercy itself and frees all faults. As you from crimes would pardon me, let your indulgence set me free.